Alliance Live. Discover Digital Event, Part 2, Next Steps for the Discover Digital Project, recorded on Wednesday, 12th October as part of DigiFest22.
So from the Small Grants Fund in 2021, we moved on from that and looked at how we can progress that learning further, and we decided to expand the small grant scheme to 2 levels of funding this year. We looked at developing the Discover Digital Guide further as a learning resource, and we look to develop a Discover Digital Roadshow package. So we have currently run applications for the Inclusion and Participation Grants. We are currently in the decision-making process of that, and would look to announce the successful applicants in the near future. What we had was 2 different kinds of grants. We had the Discovery Grant, which was an engagement grant for up to £3,000 and up to a 6-month project that would look at surfacing the barriers to digital inclusion and digital health and care. So it was, again, very similar to the small grants project that we were looking for organisations to run an engagement programme so that we could hear people's experiences and their thoughts on accessing digital health and care. Our second grant was larger, and it was building on previous engagement that organisations had carried out, and it was for up to £15,000 and up to 18-month project. And it was a co-design project to tackle barriers. So what we asked for within these larger grants was that an organisation could evidence that they had already engaged with the people that they were serving, and they had identified barriers, and they had thought of a clear project within the 18 months of how they were going to try and address and overcome these barriers. Within both the grants, we asked for people to show or evidence that they were going to embed our human rights principles within that, because that's a key part of our work going forward, that we know that digital has to be a choice, that data is stored correctly, and that people are active partners in their digital health and social care journey.
Thanks for that, Louise. So I'm just going to chat a wee bit more about the other steps that Louise was talking about in our plans for Discover Digital. So the next sort of step that we're looking to do is developing the guide further as a learning resource. So we're in the process of sort of exploring ways that we can expand the reach of the guide and get the great learning that's in there out to different people, whether it's maybe someone that's working in social care, or it could be someone that maybe wants to learn a wee bit more for a person that they support. So how are we doing this? So one way that we're doing this is we're currently in the process of creating an Open Learn Create course based on the guide. So Open Learn Create is a platform offered by the Open University, and it allows anyone to create and publish their own courses for free. So this will be a bit more of a sort of learning and interactive experience for people wanting to learn more about digital health and care. So you can put things like quizzes and videos in it, and people can sort of dip in and out when they want. So this is just a screenshot of a section in the course here. So it's probably, so the guide is a bit more of a condensed version, and the course would probably take a bit longer to sort of go through, and yeah, it's not as condensed. So it's offering sort of different options to people and what sort of way and sort of learning that suits them. Another thing that we're doing is we're also exploring an avenue with a social care organisation where people working in social care can study the guide, and also by doing this receive some form of recognition for this, which is quite exciting, as getting recognition for further learning is really important, and it really encourages people to sort of learn more and do more development. And it's also great for their professional development as well, getting that sort of recognition. And And another way that we're sort of developing the guide as a learning resource is that we are looking at creating workshops based on the guide content, which will be delivered to healthcare professionals, third sector and community hub workers, frontline library staff, for example. So these could be online or they could be in person. And a reason we were doing this, as we said before, it's really important that not only people that use services, that people that deliver services also have that those knowledge, skills and support to use digital, so they can, you know, support and signpost the public to digital health and wellbeing tools. And then final sort of next step in our sort of plans for Discover Digital is that we'll be offering the Roadshow package. So this is sort of a legacy of the 2018 and 2019 events that I was chatting about earlier, but on a much smaller community sort of scale. So we're working on this Roadshow package where we will deliver sort of digital inclusion activities and technology exhibits and raise awareness of digital tools at community events across Scotland. So these could be at community breakfast, conversation, cafes, community festivals, for example. And we'll bring along sort of low cost and free sort of tools for people to use. It's not going to be the same sort of scale as the 2018-2019 events where we're bringing along sort of big fancy sort of tech. This is much more community scale, sort of raising awareness of low cost and free tools that people could use in their sort of everyday health and well-being. And in doing this, we want to continue to empower the public with the knowledge, skills and confidence to use digital for their health and well-being. And our aim is to host a large sort of scale event at DigiFest next year. So similar to the sort of ones that I was mentioning, 2018 and 2019, where we invite our partners from the NHS, our industry and third sector along. So if you're interested in sort of anything that we've been speaking about today, like the Roadshow or the Roadshow package that we'll be offering, or the workshops, like if you would be interested in us coming along to maybe visit your organisation for a workshop or for the Roadshow, please do get in touch with us at our email address, which is dhcscot@alliance-scotland.org.uk.
Thank you for watching the next steps for the Discover Digital project. Showcasing the emerging issues, good practice and innovation of health and social care. Alliance Live.